Okay, welcome.
Are we actually going right now?
Well,
then I can't say what I was about to say.
Over. Well, do that and then we'll edit it out and we'll go again.
He doesn't edit things.
I'd like a man to edit these things. Unless you want to.
I think I have time for that right now.
But welcome to the first edition.
The first edition. First real edition.
Of this podcast. Whatever you guys want to fucking call it.
What the fuck is going on?
I have to get to the princess.
That's a princess?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Mrs. Meat Boy.
Yeah, it's get with the times.
News to me. But yeah, well, this is the first podcast on the Semi Wicked channel.
Semi-Wicked.
Yeah.
And Jake Welland's here.
Yes.
And Jake Welland has so graciously picked our topic for today.
We gonna talk about food.
We are going to talk about food.
It makes sense because it's Meat Boy.
Oh, see?
I see what you did there.
I'm a winner.
I'm just trying not to fall. So.
You lead the way, Jake Welland.
What's your favorite food, Dalton?
It all kind of depends. Like, I'm
like,
always down for like Mexican food.
Like,
Always.
Always?
Always.
Is that why you chose Mexican for dinner?
No, because I wanted to go get fucking Joe's Hamburgers, but somebody went there. Apparently, some fucks went there last night and didn't tell Dalton.
Some fucks.
Not naming names, because, you know.
That'd be rude.
That'd be rude.
I wanted B-dubs. But then he's like, oh, Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
And he fucking knows I like going there, too.
I was disappointed in our $22 pizza.
Yeah, they're expensive as fuck, but you gotta make sure you order it right.
Yeah, it was not ordered right. I mean, it worked.
You know why it wasn't ordered right? Because you let the skinny fucker order it. You know what would happen if you let the fat guy order it?
What?
That pizza comes out the best.
The best?
The best. It's like da bears. But I'm always down for Mexican food. And when it comes to like other food.
What kind of Mexican do you like? Do you like burritos, enchiladas,
tequila?
Chimichangas? Tequila.
Whatever. Like Mexican food's Mexican food.
Well, I don't know. Some
Taco
people,
Bell.
I like real Mexican food.
I only
not
like
the
tacos.
American.
You only like tacos? You
Yeah.
don't like burritos or anything?
No.
Enchilada.
No.
Does.
Enchiladas?
No.
I like chimichangas. But it has to be like a good chimichanga. And I like botanas too, because it's like an appetizer.
Are mojitos food?
Yes.
Okay, then I love mojitos.
And then I like a good burger.
Do you like a nice thick juicy one, or do you like more like a smash burger like
It needs to be a nice thick juicy one.
I bet it does.
What about you, Joe?
What about me?
You haven't mentioned anything that you like about. Well, you don't fucking
Joe
eat.
has never been to Olive Garden before.
No,
What?
No.
Yeah. That's what I said.
You know where I've never been?
Where?
Red Lobster.
Yeah. It was better when.
It's okay.
It was better before.
They do have good biscuits, like everyone
I've
says.
never been to Logan's either. Steakhouse.
Not worth it.
Yeah, it's okay.
And then we could, instead of getting Mexican food, we could go to BJ's.
BJ's. You buy them?
What's at BJ's? Isn't that expensive place?
Yeah.
It's that brewery place, yeah.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? They have like an 18-page menu. It's
Really?
It's overwhelming.
I want... I don't know what I want.
Well, I mean, it's kind of up to you guys. I don't really give a fuck. Apparently, I just had to pick up the tab.
So, anything.
Yeah, I picked up the tab earlier. It wasn't cheap.
What?
Yeah. I was like,
He bought us tickets, and he's paying tomorrow for whatever we do, so...
Oh.
That's fair. We're all about fairness around here, for the most part.
For the most part.
Right.
Sharing's caring.
Yeah.
That's only with alcohol, though. I don't know what the fuck's going on with it. I really don't. I honestly thought I broke it.
So, what about you, Jacob? What do you like, food-wise?
I like chicken in most different ways.
Grilled. I can get behind a grilled chicken.
I really like chicken shawarma.
Yeah.
Ooh, Joe died. Oh, man.
That shawarma place is real good.
The place by my house?
No, I took him to one that I go to.
Oh.
It's bomb. Me and Jasmine go there all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
Yep. And I also like barbecue chicken pizza from Jet's Pizza.
I don't think is Jet's the one that gives you the shits?
I hate Jets.
Why? It's so good.
I prefer the buffalo chicken pizza.
Nah, I don't like buffalo sauce.
Oh, everything has hot sauce on, in my opinion. Everything needs hot sauce.
When it comes to condiments, I only like ketchup and barbecue sauce.
Shut up. I know where Dalton was going with that.
Condiments.
I know,
but he was gonna take it in a different direction.
Whatever.
I saw that one coming a mile away.
Practice safe food. Use condiments.
Whoa.
That's the title.
What about you, Joe? When you do eat, because
What
you know
you like steak and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And mojitos.
And mojitos.
The 3 food groups.
Alcohol, Taco Bell, and
Guinness.
And Guinness, yeah.
See, the food groups, they're
But
set.
when Guinness falls under the alcohol food group.
Kind of.
Ooh, don't get
And we're getting into like serious like big boy drinks, then it has to be like Jose Cuervo chilled.
He had a Mexican mule earlier.
That was real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't? Did you ever tell her about the $75 Guinness cup I bought you?
I think you
Yes.
had told her about that.
Yeah.
That you don't use.
It's special to me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dalton bought it for $75 fucking dollars.
Ooh.
Should have paid in
somebody
cash.
Stole.
You should have paid in cash.
I guess I should have.
Sounds like it's your fault.
Next time I'll learn. Apparently not, because I'm buying you dinner tonight.
I'm a drunk.
And you're not even putting up.
Oh, he's putting out all right.
Whoa.
Just not with you.
So food. What were we saying?
Yeah, back to food.
My favorite foods.
Oh, what the fuck just happened to the little person?
He died.
I looked for the
He got
first time.
His meat got kerploded.
You know, I used to have, those TV games that you like plug into the TV?
You know, those TV
The
games.
TV games you plug
But,
in.
like, those joystick ones.
Did you
get
just
it,
like wave your foot like frantically at me? I was like, what the fuck?
But
Like,
no, I used
stop!
to,
Stop! No!
I have restless legs. Leave me alone.
Oh man. Yeah.
Where were we?
Anyways,
Video games
I used
and
to have
food.
this game. It was a SpongeBob game, and his nose was the joystick.
Oh.
And there was a game where you had to like get through the like some funky maze with like little buoys that would kill you because you had to get the Krabby Patties to save Sandy from Plankton, and it was just like this.
We're going to talk about Sandy. Was she a hoe? Was she a hoe?
No.
'Cause I don't remember seeing too many females in the bikini bottom.
Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl's a hoe for sure.
I mean, just look at
She's
it.
got a daddy. Like, you think that's her real daddy? He's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
That's her sugar daddy.
Oh.
So SpongeBob, food, and video games.
Alright. Where were we at?
Favorite food.
You never said what your
Ooh.
favorite food
What is the worst
I don't think you-
experience you ever had at a restaurant?
I have my
story.
Yelp review at B-Dubs.
What did B-Dubs do?
Nothing. We just made a Yelp review.
Anyway.
I believe that's
Could it be a worse experience after I've eaten?
Sure.
Oh.
What'd you eat?
I had blazing wings at B-Dubs,
Oh, God.
and it was the worst experience I could ever
Oh, is that
imagine.
what your Yelp was about?
No, that was a different time.
Aw.
Is we were doing a hockey draft, I believe.
Wow.
And
Wow.
all of our internet simultaneously just dropped like a minute before the draft,
Mine
so
didn't.
except for Joe's. So like everybody was like scrambling trying to get back in, except for Joe.
Okay.
You're gonna die.
Nah.
As you were saying.
Oh yeah. And
I'll see ya.
then-
Okay.
No, well, go.
Go ahead.
No,
One
you're
of
saying
you,
something.
go!
Fucking
Go.
say words.
Just go.
I'm done.
So was he.
But probably worst experience at a restaurant would be. Ooh, I don't know. There's been plenty of them. Probably
One
when
that sticks out.
Probably I went to a restaurant. I'm not gonna say the name. But we've gone there, the three of us.
Oh.
And the waitress was somebody I went to high school with that I couldn't fucking stand, so I didn't tip her.
I've already forgotten.
So it was like, I think like a $30 bill.
Okay.
And I felt shitty for not tipping, but I was like, no, she's a bitch. So, what about you, Jaquel?
That was all?
Yeah, that wasn't really food related.
Okay, well I got a good story. This was like straight up 10 years ago.
Like straight up, like so that means like I was.
I can't forget it. That's
so
how
I was,
memorable
I
it
was
is.
12.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
13.
I was 17.
Maybe.
Parring on what month it was,
Maybe
I could have been
14.
13.
No, I was 14 because this was in October. It was. We went to Cedar
Okay,
Point
if
for
it was
Halloween.
October, I was 13.
I was 17.
I was 14.
Oh, that makes you feel old.
Anyways.
Anyway.
So we're in Ohio, and we stopped at this little diner place. It was called Perkins. Don't know if it still exists. Probably not. But I went with my mom, my dad, me, my sister, and my cousin. So we get out to eat, and we order food. That was intense. We order food, and fast forward, food's coming out. My cousin got some soup, and the waitress was like colorblind or something. They put like vinegar all in the top of her soup on accident. Makes no sense. And then my dad had a steak, and there was a piece of plastic in it.
The fuck?
Straight up, like a hard piece of plastic from the kitchen. And then all my mom's food was too cold, and she found a hair in it.
Ew.
My sister's food was cold too, and I got a Belgian waffle, and it was perfect, and I had no problems.
But everybody else got
But everyone was, they had to send everything back, and the owner paid our bill because it was terrible.
I think the worst family meal I've had.
I have another story.
Like, was that Bob Evans? I'm saying the name, I don't care.
Right, we don't know which Bob Evans.
When you order your food, you expect to get it when your family gets their food.
I think I've heard this story before.
I want to know.
I've heard this story before.
So,
I've heard it from 2 different people in this house.
We all ordered food. My dad ordered his. Everyone gets their food but him. And like an hour goes by, we're all done eating, they bring out his food. He's like, "You want it to go?" He's like, "No, I want you to get the fuck out of my face," and we all left.
Did he eat the food?
No, he did not.
Dang. What did he order?
It's just a normal breakfast. Like country breakfast.
They just forgot him?
Yeah, basically.
So one time, it was my sister's graduation, and we went to Denny's. Because it was late.
Yeah.
And, so it's like, Mom, Dad...
It's the only way I know you die is because you do this, like, epic fucking turn away from the screen because
Yes.
you don't want to watch Meat Boy get goddamn devoured.
Even though I passed when I did the last one. As you were saying.
Sorry
Denny's.
to cut you off. I've just been noticing Joe's fucking...
we were at Denny's, my sister's graduation, my grandma, both my sisters, Mom and Dad. And we ordered food, and my grandma decided to order off the senior menu, and she got an egg white omelet. But she wanted it with just, like, a vegetable in it or something. And all of our food was okay. My grandma gets her omelet doesn't come out with our food. She had to wait an extra, like, 5-10 minutes. So they bring her food out, and it's, like, a full-on real omelet with, like, meat and cheese and everything in it, and she ordered an egg white omelet with, like, spinach. So they brought her the wrong thing. So she had to wait for a new one. They bring her out a new one, and what did they do? It was, like, burnt on one side. Like, they cooked it wrong. And she was, like, kind of fed up. We were kind of frustrated. Like, what the heck? Why do we always have this problem? So we send this omelet back again. The cherry on top, they bring out a brand new one. Third time bringing the food out to her. It looks perfect. She takes her fork, it opens the omelet up, and there is a cooked raw spaghetti noodle in her omelet. Just a spaghetti noodle, and we all busted out laughing. The whole restaurant. Just like us in the corner, just dying, like crying and laughing. Like, everything was going so bad, and then we get a perfect omelet, and then there's a spaghetti noodle in it. How? The waitress was even like, what? She couldn't believe it. So funny. Good
Good times.
I've never had a meal like that. I usually have pretty decent meals.
My mom's a chef, so anytime we go out with her, she always has something to complain about or to rag on.
I'm fat. I just like food.
Me too.
I'm indifferent.
No, you don't fucking eat. So.
If I could just be
I
like...
make him eat. I give him this look and then he takes a bite. I think he knows what I'm thinking.
If I can be like that one episode of Black Mirror where I just don't have to eat ever.
No. Oh, the robot guy?
Yeah.
I used to eat a lot more. I mean, you can attest to that. But, like, after, like, I found out that news, like, I've cut back severely. So it used to be, like, no leftovers left behind. I just eat everything on the fucking plate there. And I was like, no, fuck that.
That's what I do at B-dubs. I eat it all.
Well, no, you can't have B-dubs cold.
You can reheat it.
It's not the same.
I have B-dubs cold all the time.
Oh, yeah, because you don't fucking... You're too
take
busy.
a bite and take it home.
I'm done.
I'm like,
I'm full. I'm tapped.
I'm like, the company of others that I don't know.
Maybe
I'm out.
You smoke some weed, get the munchies. Then you might
Maybe
eat.
you should do that.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding.
We don't condone.
I'm not condoning this.
Drug usage on this show, Jake Wellen.
I might.
So.
How heavy of the drug are we talking?
No.
This isn't yours.
Don't touch that.
Is this yours?
Don't touch.
I was like, this is not the normal pillow I use.
Not mine. It's Liam's probably.
Yeah, no, it's mine. I love the Minions.
Okay.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, never mind. I just wait. Oh.
No, that's safe.
Stay.
I'm just kidding. That's fair
Safe.
game.
It's fair game. What the fuck are those things?
I don't fucking know.
Hey,
wow.
Joe, watch out. You hit the bladey thing there.
Dude.
Here, you try it.
No, I'm good.
What am I doing here?
Don't touch the bladey thing.
Yeah, don't touch those big fat blobby things in the blades.
Like you just did.
Oh, you can't go in the water yet?
No.
Food. Do you like hard or soft shell tacos?
It has to be a soft shell.
Really?
What
about you, Joe?
I can go either way.
I only like hard shells. I don't like soft shell tacos, but I eat them. I think when we went out, I had soft shell tacos.
At Taco Bell, I usually get soft, but if we're at like a restaurant where it's actually real tacos, it's a hard shell for me.
So like the longer you hold the button, the higher he jumps?
I guess. I've just been winging it.
Wow.
Yeah, like that.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, I couldn't do any better.
I was about to say, like, talk shit. I got up to here. I got killed by that one.
Yep.
I got killed by that one.
So, but, yeah, it has to be a nice burger.
You have to jump down to lower on that wall to go right through the middle. Like, wait till that blob goes down. Okay. Yeah. Yes! I got it, though.
Now you know how to die on the other side of those.
Yeah.
You know, Meat Boy here, the equivalency of, the one fucking meat blob or whatever.
Meat wad?
Yeah, there it is.
Speaking
Meat wad.
of meat, did you guys ever watch Mr. Meaty? On Nick?
Mr. What?
Mr. Meaty? The show?
Is that the weird puppet kids?
Yes.
God, I hated that show.
It was freaky. It was before its time.
It must be because I'm the youngest one here. I have no idea what we're talking
It's
about.
like an acid
You're
trip.
only a year younger than me.
What's your point?
In a year, you'll understand.
My little sister watched it with me, so I guess if you don't watch TV.
I never really watched TV growing up.
That's fair. Whoa, that was cool.
No, because when growing up, I was fucking always out of the house doing shit, like hockey and baseball. And
See, I wasn't. I stayed in my house all the way up until high school.
Yeah, me too. Fuck society.
And then, you know, after high school, I left for the Canada.
I want to ask you.
Who?
I forgot.
Who?
Me?
Yeah, you. What was I gonna ask?
I don't know. What were you going to ask
Give me
me?
a minute. I'll remember.
You led into that
I know,
seriously,
like,
and then you're like...
Just kidding.
She got so captivated by Meat Boy.
No, by this, like, wall that's disappearing.
So, I guess I have to wait to respond to a question?
Yeah.
Does it, like, to keep talking, it'll come back to you, or...?
I'm thinking. We were talking about food, though.
Right.
Fast, harder, soft shell tacos.
You did.
You like soft serve or scoop? Like ice cream?
I don't like ice cream.
Really, at all? What about ice cream cake?
I don't like cake. I like cheesecake, so...
What kind of cheesecake? Regular? Anything on it?
Usually regular. I like a plain Jane.
Me too. I don't like
cheesecake.
And cheesecake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
strawberries, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get those strawberries on that cheesecake. Shut up, Dying Light.
But angel food
what about...
cake?
Ooh, yes. Angel food cake.
Yeah.
What about, like cannoli?
Well, I didn't get this fat from not eating cannolis.
Well,
so, I could do a mean... Like, one of my buddies in high school, he owned, like, an Italian... Well, it's not him personally, but, like, his family owned, like, an Italian bakery.
Ooh.
So he'd bring in, like, pizza rolls and all sorts of good shit, like cannolis every day. So...
I could go for one right now.
I think in Greektown, the last time I had a cannoli, it was a chocolate cannoli.
Same here. From that bakery.
Yeah.
I want to say it was a regular cannoli, but I go down to Mexican Town because they make like a...
I've never been.
Mexican Town? Fuck.
I worked down in Mexican Town.
Wow, you suck.
You fucked.
Oh, here's a good question. Round or square pizza?
Depends. Who am I having it with? If I'm there with like somebody, I want to get a round pizza because I don't want to have just like the argument over the corners.
Ah, good point. Because I like the corners.
Right, and you don't want to figure that out until later.
Yeah, like
to where if I'm like with like Joe or whatever, I'll get the corner pizzas because fuck him, the corners are mine. Because 9 times out of 10, I end up paying for the pizza.
Would you share with me the corner?
We could figure it out.
At least one.
We could figure it out.
Fine.
I mean,
do like thin or deep dish or regular?
It has to be either a deep dish or a thin crust. There's no in between.
Okay.
I think I ordered what?
We had an in-betweener today.
Yeah.
It was that ale crust.
Ew.
Yeah, it was soft.
You should have called me and been like, hey, we're at B-Dubs with a pizza option.
They clearly said B-Dubs.
Boneless or traditional wings?
Boneless.
Boneless. Yeah.
But I could do traditional wings
but
too.
I like.
I'm just too messy with it.
I like the B-Dubs. Like he got me started on it. It was that Parmesan garlic.
Parmesan garlic.
Yeah.
And then
it's too much. I would have to like dip them in it, like.
And then I like the chipotle sauce or rub. The rub.
Oh, the dry rub.
Yeah.
I've only ever tried the lemon pepper dry rub, but I really like the honey barbecue is my go-to, and I love the Asian zing.
But
it's spicy, but it's really good. You might like it.
Yeah. Where's your stance on Chinese food?
I love Chinese food.
Chinese food, okay.
Yes.
I
would love to have it right now, every day.
General Toes or
General
Taos. Taos.
General Tao?
From
Dragon Ball Z?
General Ao.
That's what I had last time I had Chinese.
That's the go-to, or sweet and sour.
Ew. I do almond chicken.
Ew.
Or
alright, well, I say ew to almond chicken on the premise of when I was growing up, my mom would be like, oh, just get them almond chicken, and them being like me and my countless siblings.
Yeah.
So that's all we had. Like, and they
that's all I ate growing up, and then I started like, because I can do sweet and sour chicken, that's fine. I like the pineapples in it. Those are good. Yeah. And then I love the General Tso's.
Where are we on Middle Eastern cuisine?
I love it.
It's good.
Do you like Indian food?
I can honestly say I've never had Indian food.
Really? We should go. It's good. It's spicy.
I like
But you can get non-spicy.
I like spicy.
Okay.
I'm indifferent.
If it doesn't burn both ways, it's no good.
It doesn't burn my asshole and my mouth.
I want to regret eating it the next day. No. Just joking. Where are we on steaks?
Medium to medium well.
Medium to medium well. Okay.
That's me.
you ask it for to be well done, you need to leave.
You like well done?
I'll
still eat it.
Every once in a while, a well done steak is just.
I like to see pink.
Yes, but that's not the point.
We're talking about steak here.
Oh. It could be like the time we went to Applebee's.
I went to
Applebee's and bought Joe's steak. And he ate it.
Ate the whole thing.
Yep. We went to Applebee's and the waitress asked us if we wanted to see pink, and you went, "Oh, do I?"
I don't think you were there for that.
I thought I was.
No.
I've just heard the story so much I know it.
Ooh, what about seafood?
What about it?
Do you like it?
Eh.
Seafood's great.
See, alright, so like I'm Catholic. So like growing up, my parents would be like, "Oh, well, you can't have meat during Lent."
So fish fries and stuff.
And I would be like, "Fuck that." So like now that I'm,
older,
grown and can buy my own damn shit, I'm like, sounds like a triple bacon burger death machine on a Friday.
I'm not religious at all, so I just eat whatever the fuck I want.
Well, there's lasers. You better hurry up.
Dude, you're gonna get fucked. Joe?
Do you like sushi, Dalton?
I've never had it.
Pretty good.
I've had it and it wasn't good all 3 times.
Joe's been trying to get me to have sushi.
I will try it again.
When did we start hanging out?
One more chance.
Like 4 years ago.
4 years ago? Well, no, that's when we met.
Run.
The first time we met. She knows the story about the first time we met.
Yes.
It's when you thought I was there with a special needs child.
Well, was I wrong?
You weren't really wrong, but. Did you just sneeze and fart? Is that what I heard?
It might have been.
Like, holy shit!
God damn.
I just didn't burp.
I heard.
What's that called? What's that called?
A snart?
Yeah.
I
snarted.
All I heard was hop. Like, what the fuck? I mean, as long as it doesn't stink, I don't care. Cause like that,
we're good.
It's aimed at me. You're fine. You'll live, Joe.
I will live.
Tell my story.
Did he already tell you my story? When we went for Jasmine's birthday, he woke up in the middle of the night.
Oh man. I woke up. I think it was like 4 in the morning.
Dead asleep.
Because my legs were cramping up. How I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And all I heard was like some fart, and I was like, "What was that?"
I was sleeping, so how should I know?
According to one of my former friends, well, he was my roommate when we played hockey together. He would be like, "Dude, when you pass out, you are the loudest fucking person in the world." I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Because before bed, you're fucking quiet. You don't say a goddamn thing, but I can always tell when you pass out." And I was like, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "Because I can't fucking sleep because you're snoring so goddamn loud. And then to mix it in, whatever you had for dinner, I'm smelling in the middle of the night." And I was like, "Damn, my bad." So like, just to prove a point, like that night, he woke me up when I started snoring. He goes, "I'm sleeping on the fucking balcony," and like walked out. And I was like, "Sweet, I got the room to myself."
Turns out you weren't sleeping at all.
Fuck, my leg. Ow, cramp.
Oh,
I got problems.
It turns out that whole time you
I
weren't
wasn't
sleeping. You weren't
at all.
sleeping at all.
Sorry, Rick. The truth has been spoken. Where were we? We were talking about food. And then Jake Quillen farted.
Sushi.
We're talking about the aftermath of eating food now.
Yeah, okay, so sushi.
There's 2 stories to food. The entrance and the exit.
I've never had sushi. But Joe's been like, "Dude, you gotta try sushi." And I'm like,
It's good.
See, listen, I tried it here. And then I tried it when I was in Florida. Like, fresh. And they gave me, like, raw stuff.
I think you told me that before.
Probably. It was nasty. I
mean,
didn't like it.
On the handful of times we've actually hung out. Because I don't get invited to things.
What, like once? That I know of.
What?
I don't know.
I think it's just the one time.
That I didn't get invited? Well, you normally invite me, but I'm like, dude, fuck that. It's the middle of the week. I'm old.
You're old.
Right.
Yeah, well, alright. My job is fucking mentally and physically draining.
Exhausting.
Exhausting, yeah. But,
Anyway.
yeah, so we did sushi. What else was there? You're not really talking, Joe. You're just...
Well...
Just playing.
You're busy
I'm so
playing.
captivated by Meat Boy.
Oh, you like Meat Boy, huh?
You want me to call somebody? I can,
I know a Meat Boy.
Hold up. I can call him really quick. We can do a phone in.
Yeah, we can do a phone out. Or whatever.
It's that fun part of the show.
I want to keep the video going, so...
I would call...
Okay.
I would use Siri to call him, but I don't want to offend anybody.
Oh, like I never stopped you from doing that in the first place.
That's true.
Hello.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
You're on live radio!
Yeah, some stuff.
It's Ryan.
It's Ryan.
Oh.
You know, Meat Boy.
Yeah, we needed to talk to a Meat Boy.
We're doing our podcast right now, and we were talking about Meat Boys. So
You're always a great guest to have, Ryan.
So we figured we'd call you to see what you're doing.
About what?
How are you doing?
How are you, Ryan?
How's she going, eh?
I feel like this is a really horrible idea.
Probably.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
So-
Yeah,
Hey, we're gonna go. Do you work tomorrow? No, you don't work tomorrow.
I'm gonna be in there for a little bit. Why?
He's going with his boyfriends.
All right. Well, I was going to see if you want to go to the Tiger game tomorrow also, but
Yeah, now I got other things.
yeah, you got the wrong parts too. So
Huh?
What?
Okay. What?
What?
I don't think.
Okay. I'm gonna go get my pizza now.
all right, have fun.
Enjoy.
Alright.
I want to hang up on him. Gives me such satisfaction. That's what I was thinking too.
And then I knocked
What
on
about
the door.
wait? What about Mom's spaghetti?
Mom's spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Like homemade spaghetti.
I don't like spaghetti.
So spaghetti's kind of.
Because I don't like tomato sauce, like marinara sauce. Even on pizza, I like light sauce. If someone's eating spaghetti, I'll eat like Parmesan or butter noodles, no sauce.
I'm definitely. I used to be a fan of spaghetti, and then I would just carb up. And
If there's like nothing else like in there having like masticholi or something, I'll eat it. Or spaghetti, I'll eat it if I have to.
let me say, if you're about to play a sport, don't fucking eat spaghetti.
Why would anyone do that?
Because I've seen the aftermath of a fucking all-you-can-eat spaghetti thing before a game.
Yeah.
When 7 guys were in the bathroom throwing up during the game. We took shifts to go to the bathroom and throw up.
Yeah. I didn't really play much sports, so I have no idea.
I feel like that's like the awkward part of our friendship is that we didn't meet playing sports. Because most of my friends I've met playing sports.
How's that awkward?
You met at a sport.
We met at a sport.
But how is that awkward?
Because 99...
Because you didn't see me naked in the locker room or something?
I guess. If that's how you want to look at that, then
I mean,
yes.
you said it's awkward.
Well, 99% of my friends all played sports with me at some point.
That wouldn't make it awkward.
So, yeah. Okay.
Tables have turned.
I guess. I'll just shut up and die in a corner.
Hello.
Make it so dark.
Well, I'm not as depressed as I was, 2 weeks ago when you were like, we need to put Dalton on suicide watch.
No, it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, well, it depends on the day. Some days the sun goes up.
Do you like sloppy joes?
Yes.
Me
Depends who makes them.
I make them.
Well, I've never had your cooking.
Probably good. My mom's a chef, so I had a good teacher.
You had a teacher?
My mom.
Oh.
That's what she just said.
I know, but the way the sentence sounded, you had to teach her.
No, she taught me.
Remember, safe food, use condiments.
Practice safe food. Use condiments.
Are you saying that you're
Yeah, I
getting
think
bored of the podcast?
I think
and
this
that's
is
why
about
you're
to wrap
trying
it
to
up.
up?
Because everyone's already got things to talk about for food.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
keep
we've
going.
gone over most of the food groups.
3 food groups.
What kind of bread? Do you like white bread or wheat bread? What else? Rye, pumpernickel, sourdough,
Yes.
whole wheat. Are you
Whole week.
recording?
Whole week.
Are you selfing? Oh.
Yep,
Bear.
I think it's about that time
Me,
because
Piglet.
Dalton's just looking at pictures now.
Yeah, get off your phone.
Yeah, you motherfucker.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I'll be broken.
Me too. I have a warranty.
Brad?
Brad.
Well, on that note, I'll end it.
Goodbye.
So, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend,
Or don't.
tell 2 friends.
Or don't.
Tell a friend, tell them to tell a friend. Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one.
Soon we will have the thingamabob hooked up, right?
Maybe. I need a part to connect the tripod to the camera.
Oh.
No, I don't have it.
Jake Wellen out.
Jake Wellen's done, apparently. We can run to Best Buy. They should have it, right?
Maybe.
We were just there.
We were just there. I thought you were out.
Well, I don't get told things.
You weren't invited.
Apparently, I was supposed to call before I walked in the house.
You weren't invited.
I get abandoned a lot.
Pick
By
better
my-
friends.
By my parents, by my friends.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.